The stage was set for Freddy's Showdown. Wait, did I say Slowdown? I meant Showdown. No. I did say Showdown, didn't I? I thought I did. Weren't sure. Anywho, now that Freddy was wearing his silver ear thing and his old gunslinging duds, nobody except Srini recognized him. Not even Sadie Overy or Penelope knew who he was. They thought Freddy had skipped town, and they thought this new guy was just a handsome, silver-eared stranger who happened to be especially up on his pharmacology. Now, Freddy didn't have a lot of time to lose because things in Coarse Gold was getting worser and worser.
We do have some time to lose, so let's make the most of the calm before the storm.
You return. Yep. It is good to look upon your eternally smiling countenance of face again.
Yeah, I've missed you too. Srini, there's trouble down at the saloon. The whole town's losing their deeds and cash to some slick riverboat gambler type. He must be cheating, but danged if I can figure out how.
Freddy Pharkas, you must catch such a gambler red-handed. It will be the only way to prove such an accusation.
Darn it, I wish I knew how.
Many things are durned in these days of trouble.
Potential spoilers, I guess?
Mind the store, won't you, Srini? I'm off to uphold justice and stuff.
Okie the dokie.
I mean, we will be heading to Sam's in about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe? Maximum?
Sheriff!
Yeah? I know you?
I'm afraid you've got a problem.
Oh, do I? Oh, what problem would that be? Seems to me my biggest problem already left town. Just got a lot of little ones left.
You've got an infamous riverboat gambler in your saloon, gambling up people's property.
Nothing illegal about that. Nobody's forcing nobody to gamble.
But he's cheating.
Well, I suppose if you used to catch him cheating, I might have to run him in. But he's very good. I don't think you'll catch him. He came highly recommended.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
It seems like the general store has closed down, but Salvatore's remains open. For now.
Hey, Sal!
That's a Salvatore to you, stranger.
What can I do for you?
Oh, that's right. I was here for a teeth cleaning.
Oh, sorry. I got a customer getting the works. That's gonna take all day.
Oh no, he found an all-day sucker.
Those are the naughty French postcards you gave to Salvatore.
No Indian giving.
The general store looks closed. Maybe it's your keen intuition. Maybe it's that razor-sharp second sense you have. Maybe it's that closed sign on the door that you'd trip over if it were any bigger. The store's sealed up tight. Locked, shuttered, off-limits, verboten, out of service, padlocked, folded, bolt, latched, finished, kaput, ceased to be. It has expired. This is an ex-general store. If it wasn't nailed to the sidewalk, it'd be pushing up the daisies. Incidentally, if you're wondering what happens to Chester Field as a result of what happens in this story, he went to Illinois and opened up a store there. They also made him town marshal, and he adjusted the name of his store accordingly. That's right, he called it Marshall Fields.
I don't get that. But if someone could be so kind to explain it to me, I would be very appreciative. I did show off this in one of the additional videos. Let's show it off here.
A crudely lettered sign reads, Mom's Cafe's done been closed by order of the sheriff. Health code violations is all the reason he needs. It's locked. Mom's is closed. Sheriff shift strikes again. Stomachs all over town are heaving, but this time it's sighs of relief. You've never seen Chester Field look so downtrodden. Why, he looks like he's lost his best friend. He's wearing a sandwich board upon which has been very hastily scribbled, "Will polish ears for stagecoach fare."
Why would you want to polish someone's ears?
Please, stranger, I'm simply not in the mood. Why don't you go bother Trixie, the accommodating sheep?
Oh, we will. Later on.
Hoping Chester won't recognize you with your new disguise, you approach him with a friendly smile.
Say, partner, that's a woeful little sign you're carrying there. We'll polish ears for stagecoach fare. What's the problem? Why so down on your luck?
Well, I'll tell you. Even though I don't usually talk to silver-disguised strangers, there's a man inside who's the best damn poker cheat I've ever seen. I never even knew he was stealing my store till it was all over. You see, I bet everything I owned, including my store, on a queen-high straight flush. And that bastard had a king-high.
Don't feel bad, fella. I would have probably done the same. By the way, did you get this gambler's name?
Name? Sure did. Wheaton Hall's his name. Everybody calls him Aces, and I can see why.
Thanks for your time, and I hope things work out for you. I think I might just pay Mr. Aces a little call.
Good luck to you, stranger, especially if you're going to get in that game.
Thanks. I'm wearing my lucky neckerchief, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, but are those blood stains there?
Sam, what the devil is going on here?
Do I know you?
How could you let this scoundrel swindle people out of their homes and life savings?
And you are...
I'm wait a minute. No, never mind. You don't know me. But the folks of Coursegold are losing their shirts to this lying, thieving, cheating, low-down, no-good, scum-sucking drifter.
Please, sir, don't talk that way about the saloon's new owner. Yes, well, I just work here now. If you have any complaints or suggestions, feel free to put them in writing and I'll be happy to pass them along to the new management.
Why did the music suddenly get louder?
It's Zircon Jim Laffer. Years from now, his brother Ezekiel will sire a son, who will beget Ethan, who will beget Bartholomew, who will beget Lawrence. That's right, he's Leisure Suit Larry's great-great-grandfather. You prod him just to see if he's real or some sort of waxwork.
Hey there, don't be touching me, fella. Don't want the women folk to be getting the wrong idea. I'm a man's man, you know. I mean, I'm a woman's man, but a manly man. Say, did I catch your name? Mine's Laffer. Zircon Jim Laffer.
Sorry. I was looking for somebody else. Phew. Howdy, stranger. New in town?
Hi, I sure am, and I'm looking for a hot time. I've been noticing some of your fine coarse gold fillies, and I wouldn't mind an introduction. Perhaps you could put in a good word for me with one of them? course, I know a lot of you boys gotta pay for your fun, but I figure a guy with my looks and breath, hey, they should be paying me, you know? Right? Right. By the way, my name's Laffer. Zircon Jim Laffer. Don't believe I caught yours.
Oops, I think I smell something burning or something. Catch you later.
Phew, what rock did he crawl out from under?
Is Doc okay?
Don't bother him, he's sleeping it off. Then when he wakes up, he'll have a hair of the dog that bit him and the cycle will begin anew, like the miracle of life itself. Don't bother him, he's sleeping it off. Then when he wakes up, he'll have a hair of the dog that bit him and the cycle will begin anew, like the miracle of life itself.
Alright, let's move on.
It's Ollie Oxenfree, the guy who owns the fig farms on the northern side of Collier Bluff. He's the worst gambler in town. He'll lose the entire North 40 in no time. Ollie ignores you. Apparently he's a little preoccupied with this losing your home and livelihood business.
Ollie, listen to me. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Don't waste your breath. Ollie needs what little concentration he has just to hang on to his farm a few minutes longer. That's Joe, the guy that had a bad time with old Muff Potter a few years back. He owns a local tourist trap, and trap it is. He trapped a couple of punks in there a few years back, Tom and Becky something or other, and they almost didn't get out. Somebody ought to write a book about it. Don't poke this guy. He's mean.
You're gambling the tourist center away? Say it ain't so, Joe.
Joe grunts. That's the most you've ever heard him say. That's Muff Potter. Nice to see him and Joe getting along again. He owns, or at least he did own until he started gambling today, a huge tract of land along the south side of town where Chinatown used to be. Don't poke him right now. He's concentrating on losing everything, and he's doing very well.
Hey, Muff, don't play with this guy. He cheats.
Muff nods his head in agreement and then returns to playing. Muff's never been too bright. Gambling away his keg and barrel shop is Cooper Coop Cooper. He, his wife, his children, and his parents all work in his barrel shop. He's a Cooper, she's a Cooper. They're all Coopers. Wouldn't you like to be a Cooper too? Don't bother him now. He's trying to recoup his losses.
Hey, Cooper, don't do it. You'll lose everything.
He ignores you. You're spoiling his lack of concentration.
Alright, let's take a closer look at aces.
Wheaton Aces Hall, slick, big-time back-east riverboat gambler, has turned the saloon's friendly poker game into vicious, high-stakes gambling, winning money, land, buildings, and businesses from the local bumpkins.
Oh.
It appears to be a third hand. So that's how Aces is cheating.
Quit prodding me, stranger. I'll finish with you later. Scoot along, silver boy, before I deal you the dead man's hand.
Score! You're cheating. That's a fake left hand. Your real hand is hidden under the table. You've been feeding good cards into your hand and taking away the bad ones.
Why, yes, silver-eared stranger, you're correct. Almost. As you see, I have no cards under the table. I only have this. Now turn around, Silver Ear. I think I'd rather shoot you in the back, so I don't have to see that ugly face of yours.
Right, I believe that we only have one shot at this, and we have to shoot somewhere very specific. Now, can you work out where exactly we need to shoot? I mean, it could be Aces himself, but that would be too obvious. Now, if someone can give me the logic behind this, then please do. I will be asking this several times throughout this video. Anyway, we have one shot, let's make it count.
Ooh-wee! He did it! What a manly man! Riverboat gambler in the corner pocket.
Yee-haw!
I could have done that if I'd wanted to. I just didn't feel like it. That's all.
Now, when the townsfolk caught wind of how Aces had been cheating, the sheriff had no choice but to arrest him and return all the deeds. But wouldn't you know, no sooner had one brouhaha died down than another flared up.
Oh dear. Let's speak to Sam before we go out.
Sam, what's going on outside? You got any idea?
All I know is that someone paid some cowhands to stand in the middle of their cattle drive, come into town and shoot the place up. Don't know why.
It's dangerous out there. A person might get shot.
Yes, but I figure they'll get bored sooner or later, or they'll shoot each other, or something.
Yeah, I don't believe that going out the front door is a good idea. I haven't actually tried it yet, but you'll see why for yourself when I go up here.
You encounter dozens of rowdy cowhands from that cattle drive outside of town who are carelessly firing their guns everywhere and frightening, not to mention killing, the locals. They shout, "Let's stampede the women and rape the cattle!" Luckily, the rowdy cowboys don't notice you from down below.
Some peace and quiet for a moment.
A whole fleet of rowdy cowhands seems to have invaded Main Street. They're shooting around indiscriminately. The barbarians. Did they do this just for the fun of it? Or did somebody put them up to it? What are you going to do? Hang off the balcony and steal their hats? Dream on.
Hey, you guys! Cut it out!
They can't even hear you above the sound of their own obnoxious yelling and the frequent gunshots. Looks like you'll have to be just a bit more forceful.
We could try. Shooting at them is a bad idea. We need to find a peaceful solution.
Score!
We need to incapacitate them with this laughing gas. And I don't believe that we can do it from on top of the balcony, because as soon as we shoot that gun, we get shot ourselves. But there is one place in town where we can get a good view of this canister, and that is from down here. You can see it from here.
You can barely see a glint from the nitrous oxide canister. Good idea, but you just don't have a straight shot from here.
Yeah, we need to stand in a spot more specific, and that is right here. Well, I wonder if the description changes.
You can barely see a glint from the nitrous oxide canister.
No, so it is a matter of just trial and error. Now, I believe this is the last moment of respite that we have. As for the next 10 minutes, maybe 15, it's going to be pretty full on. So let's hope that I do not make an error.
You take careful aim with your pistol and slowly squeeze off a shot. You did it! You shot off the canister's valve.
Score!
Yipperoonie! Freddy done made them cowhands laugh themselves to death with a well-placed bullet. Course, he didn't get much time to celebrate. The sheriff and the banker and their unknown employer had figured that the mysterious silver-eared stranger might be just a little too much for them amateur rowdies to handle. So they'd called in some big guns from down south, just as backup, don't you know.
Wish me luck.
Hey, knock off the sound effects already!
What's that rotten smell? Oh no, it can't be. You recognize that smell from your old days as a lawman. More dangerous than Jesse James. Meaner than Johnny Ringo. Deadlier than William Money. More fun at cocktail parties than Rooster Cogburn. It's the legendary Lever Brothers.
Yep, it's us, handsome silver-eared stranger.
And we're here to put you 6 feet under.
Under what?
Your fervent prayer is that your few minutes of target practice with Srini will be sufficient preparation for odds like this.
Again, I'm not looking for a challenge. I just want to complete the game with as little stress as possible. Now, as I said before, we are not going to have much rest. There's going to be no time to save the game, and we're going to have several situations where we can easily die. So yeah, any mistakes, well, this one isn't too bad, but from here on out, if you make a mistake, you have to repeat all these sequences again. Anyway, let's just continue on. You'll see for yourself.
With his refurbished shooting skills, Freddy was able to blast the Lever Brothers to smithereens. Now, with those varmints out of the way, Freddy figured that was the end of the story, that somehow the Lever Brothers was responsible for everything that had been going on in town. But Freddy was wrong. The Lever Brothers had been hired for the task of getting rid of Freddy by whomever had hired the cowhands, and whomever was in cahoots with Sheriff Shift and P.H. Balance. And no sooner had Freddy's guns stopped smoking than he heard a familiar twang and a few chords of someone's theme music.
What was that? Could it be? No. What would he be doing way out here in the middle of nowhere? You haven't heard that chord in years, and yet here it is again. Strangely recognizable after all this time. In your heart you know it must be him. And yet... How did he find you? Will he be fooled by your disguise? Does he still eat paste?
Kid, I want you out of town by sundown.
Well, sure, stranger. I'll be riding out of town well before sundown, leaving your sorry carcass for the buzzards to pick apart.
Will not.
Well, 2.
Not
Two.
N.
E.
I refuse to play this juvenile word game with you.
I refuse to play this juvenile word game with you.
What are you doing now? Repeating everything I say?
What are you doing now? Repeating everything I say?
So that's why they call you Kenny the Kid. Because you are nothing but an immature little child, an anal retentive case of arrested development, with an unresolved edible complex and probably codependent to boot. You were a punk when I faced you back in St. Louis, and you're still a punk. Say your prayers, outlaw.
Say your prayers, outlaw.
Now cut that out.
St. Louis? I didn't know anybody with a silver ear in St. Louis, yet somehow you seem vaguely familiar.
Maybe we'll have time to compare yearbook photos. In hell!
Come on, move.